and the approach requires you to produce your own QRA, put it through to the system, and then provide a report at the end of it, and you get step-by-step support to actually do that.
Hi LinkedIn, it's Chirag here. I'm joined by Tina Prideaux, a project controls leader who's just invested in a QSRA training course. PACE and IQRM are collaborating to provide this most in demand skill over the next couple of months. We will be providing that training course for people that are interested. Tina, you're not a risk professional, but you are project controls. What made you sign up for this course in particular?
A couple of things really. Bridging a gap in my knowledge. Whilst I'm not in risk management specifically, I do have a vested interest in it. And this course in particular, it demonstrates multiple software options, and I didn't have to buy expensive software to undertake it.
And what gaps were you trying to fill in at the time?
So my risk management knowledge is quite strong in the risk management area in terms of the process applying on a monthly basis, but in terms of the analysis piece, sort of bringing all the data together to inform those decisions that you need to make off the back of a QRA.
Sure. And what was your light bulb moment during this training? What's really stood out for you?
I remember it now. Actually, at the moment, I think we were a third of the way through it when the trainer had said you don't need to understand how the software works to be able to run the QRAs. I'm not a mathematician, so it's always been quite daunting when you look at some of the fields and the data behind that. But as long as I understand the process and the data that was behind it, that's kind of all that's required. So that was
Great.
a real help.
Great. Thank you. And QSRA has always been seen as a bit of a dark art, a ninja skill, if you will. How confident are you at running your own QSRA now?
Yeah, I mean, there's still a learning curve to go, but much more in that sense. The course provides you with the fundamentals, the templates, and materials you need to keep for future use. Everything you do on the course, you get to sort of take away with you, and the approach requires you to produce your own QRA, put it through to the system, and then provide a report at the end of it, and you get step-by-step support to actually do that. But I think the real confidence comes from learning that although you've got all the data, it might not have the right output first time. There'll be a number of data checks that go on in the background and a few simulations. So that's what builds confidence.
Great. And obviously, this course is targeted to risk professionals. But if you're in the planning, project controls world, would you recommend it? Why would you recommend it to others to take?
Absolutely. I've got a bit of a passion for risk, but the reason why I'd recommend it is it's fundamental in all project activities. Understanding risk management further helps to set more realistic budgets and schedules. It helps cost and planning managers to provide better cost estimates, and it provides more predictability around the schedules. So it kind of puts the professionals in a more proactive state as opposed to reactive.
Great. And tell us a little bit about Rami's training style. Would you recommend it to others and why?
Yeah, absolutely. He's very similar to myself. He's got a really empathetic approach. There's a real understanding that you're not going to know everything from the bat, and everyone's got a different sort of starting base. But that's what surprised me the most. Actually, it's the approach he took. As I think I said, you don't have to buy expensive software. You're left with all the templates and the step-by-step guide, and you don't always get that from other courses. So it's easy to get the content, but you take that all with you. So yeah.
Great. Thanks so much. Thanks a lot for this.